have a House of Decline exclusive. We are here talking to one of the individuals who participated in the January 6th, let's call it, raid on Capitol Hill.
Oh, hey. Hey, y'all. My name's Harrison.
Now, Harrison, what do you do for a living?
I'm on disability with my girlfriend. Yeah.
You're on disability with your girlfriend?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, why are you on disability with your girlfriend, Harrison?
I got a lot of DUIs. got a lot of DUIs. Got too many DUIs, so I'm on disability. Yeah. So I was at the Stop the Steal protest because this whole thing was rigged by. I'm kind of unique in this whole realm. I actually think it was rigged by Reverend Al Sharpton, who did it, but.
Why do you think Al Sharpton did it?
He's just too skinny now. He's too skinny.
How is his skinniness related to the vote?
That's where he's hiding all the votes, in his big suits. He's got big suits left over. He's hiding all the votes in those big suits now, and I want to see the suits. That's why I broke into the Capitol building, looking for Al Sharpton's suits. They keep them there.
Why do you think? Why do they keep Al Sharpton's suits in the Capitol building?
Oh, they're national treasures. It's like, haven't you seen that movie? National Treasures?
National Treasures? Yes,
Yeah.
I've seen National Treasures.
Part of our whole movement is based on that cinematic universe. I'm not sure if you're aware. Dan Brown, National Treasures.
Right, Dan Brown wrote National Treasures
Right.
with Nicolas Cage, who's secretly part of the movement, you know.
Yeah. Tom Hanks. What's the ginger kid from that 50s show? Who knows what his name is? I dare not utter his name.
I think it was Obama that actually put in Al Sharpton suits for the National Historic Register.
Here's a fact. Did you know Barack Hussein Obama was on Happy Days?
As a child, or was adult
As
Barack
an adult.
Hussein Obama?
As an adult. See, I'm kind of
Did he
unique.
travel back in time?
Yeah, see,
or is he ageless?
I'm kind of unique in the whole Q thing, in that I think Barack Obama is very old, either very old or a time traveler.
What is your evidence that he is a time traveler?
Well, first, he's on Happy Days, which, as we know, takes place in the 50s. There's a documentary about the 50s, Happy Days.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what.
And because it's a documentary, we know about alien life because of Mork, who, as we all know, started out on Happy Days.
Yep. Anyway, I was in the Capitol building. Ask me anything you want.
What did you see in the Capitol, Harrison?
What did I see?
What did you see? Because there was a lot of photos of people, respecting the velvet ropes. Did you see the Hall of Statuary?
Mainly, they had it was like an arcade, basically. I mean, I think I had the right place. It was totally empty. There was old Donkey Kong, Pong, a whole bunch of arcades and games, and it was in a long hall, and the lights were flickering, and in the shadows there was you could see clowns just sort of crouching.
There's a clown arcade room in the Capitol building.
That's the place I got to. So I turned around and ran as fast as I could because it was too creepy.
These clowns in Congress.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're talking about these clowns in Congress.
They had fangs. The fangs were dripping with
the dripping fang clouds.
With
we all know what was
green,
dripping was adrenochrome.
It's like a green goo, like an R.L. Stine book cover. It was textured.
Oh, I really liked that green goo on the R.L. Stine book covers. It looked like something that I would fiddle around with my hands when I was a kid, and then it would get a lot of sand in it, and I'd have to throw it out. So you hightailed it out of the Fanged Clown arcade room in the Capitol building. Was there a row of offices that you visited?
Yeah, well, when I caranged out of there, is a word I use.
Caranged.
Yeah, caranged right out of there.
That's a Q word. Yeah, you Q-ranged out of there.
That's right. And of course, I ran smack dab into none other than Chuck Schumer, who is a very short, bald man.
Short, bald man.
With a big mustache.
Big mustache.
Yeah. Chuck Schumer. I ran right into him.
Are you sure that's Chuck Schumer? Are you sure that's Chuck Schumer?
His name
gonna
tag.
Push back there.
His name tag said Chuck. I'm pretty sure I was at the Capitol.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I mean,
I can't refute you.
Everything
That's
I'm
wild.
describing
That's
is
some wild shit.
That and then
you meet Chuck Schumer. So he's the guy. He's the guy.
He's the
like
short,
Pelosi's...
just a short, fat guy, and I knocked him right over because I was running. And I knocked him right over, and he just kind of fell down and rolled around, and I didn't stop.
He was just rolling around on the floor?
Mm-hmm.
Can you describe how he rolled around?
Well, he's so fat that he just rolled.
Like, remember in Hook when the kid lifted up his legs? Did he roll like that?
Yeah.
Did he bowl into a bunch of other congressmen?
Yeah, we knocked out all the Capitol Hill police with the bowling maneuver from Hook.
Right, yeah, Chuck Schumer.
Yeah,
you got this short, rotund Chuck Schumer.
Me and the Peter Pan Proud Boys.
The Peter Pan Proud Boys, yes. Not the largest, but definitely the most fanatical of the Proud Boy members, the Peter Pan Proud Boys.
Yeah, the Proud Boys actually have an entire Pan subculture that's not really reported on because it's such a secretive thing. But to get into the Proud Boys, you have to do weird sexual rituals with cereal, like you have to fuck boxes of cereal. That's how you become a Proud Boy. That's what you're proud of.
They put a funnel up your asshole, and then you have to eat cereal out of another Proud Boy's asshole, and then they eat it out of yours.
They funnel the cereal just into your asshole sometimes. It's a whole hazing ritual because they're crazy. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Who would come up with something like that?
In the same way that the CIA funnels funds to pedophiles, you got to funnel cereal into your asshole, I think that's on one of the Proud Boy slogans.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I'm showing you as kind of childlike, kind of, like Peter Pan would do that, I'm sure, if he had the opportunity.
Peter Pan, absolutely, if he went to the Capitol building, would take a dump in Nancy Pelosi's office. Did you do any of the dumping? There was some dumping afoot, I heard.
Well, see, so this is what was going on. So people were packing their butts with what they wanted to take the dump on, like in preparation. It's kind of a ritual at Q tailgating parties. We'll pack our butts with whatever we want to shit out wherever we're going.
Right, because the cereal's only the first, the first cut is the deepest, right?
Yes. So I went for a party mix. Because I'm all about the party. And so I went for like a Chex Mix thing.
That's a little spicy. There's some spices on Chex Mix. Are you sure that's safe?
Oh, yeah. Then I had a sriracha layer in there. Sriracha.
That's how you know you're proud, when your bottom gets tingly for anti-miscegenation.
You say Antifa? What'd you say?
No, I said anti-miscegenation. Don't worry about it, Harrison. Don't worry about it.
A lot of people have been claiming that it was Antifa there, and I didn't see any.
Yeah, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about people claiming Antifa?
Disrespected, because we were told we were special by the president. He said we were special. And by golly, if you tell me that he was talking to Antifa, that would just be so heartbreaking that I don't know if I could shit myself in a federal building ever again. My career would end. Okay.
Wait, you say career? This is your career? Are you on social media, Harrison?
Yeah. Oh, I sell trinkets for likes. Like, I get likes, and then I sell trinkets. Whenever a post of mine gets enough likes, I'll sell like a little projector.
Well, earlier you said you were on disability, and do you declare your income for your disability checks?
Hell no.
Okay. All right.
This is my passion.
The trinkets. What kind of trinkets do you sell?
Oh, like little Make America Great Again hat, neck chain things. Like, you can wear it as a neck chain. It's supposed to replace the cross of Jesus.
Like, it's a tiny little Make America Great Again hat That's actually kind of cute.
And then on the hat is a tiny crucifix, and on the tiny crucifix is an even tinier Donald Trump, and because that's what they've done to him.
Is it now this tiny Donald Trump? Is it Is it the way that they currently depict Jesus? You know,
They've
like
crucified him. They've crucified
you know
our
they,
president.
Yeah. They absolutely crucified our president,
Yeah.
for sure.
And then they stuck him with a spear, and just cheese came out. You know how they stuck Jesus with a spear and water came out?
The lance of Long Linus.
Right. I don't remember who the Roman soldier was. If you say it's Linus, I'll take your word for it. But I do think
Jiffy Pop, the Roman soldier.
I do think
it was actually the ancestor of Joe Biden, Bidenicus.
Bidenicus.
He was from the equivalent of he was
Delawaria.
from the original Delaware, the original Roman Delaware, Delawaris, and Gaul.
Right.
And now beseecheth, man. Here we got something going.
Beseecheth.
We all know that, Joe Biden, descendant of Catholics, Italians, the Romans, they're all together, and that's really what our president is trying to evade.
Well, I got a new religion. That's
what's your new religion, Harrison?
Q. Q is my new religion. Duh.
It's your Q-ligion.
It's my Q-ligion,
as people would say. How did you get into Q, Harrison?
My girlfriend's dad.
Your girlfriend's dad?
Yeah.
What were you like politically active before, or did you not give a shit about anything?
Well, I used to work for the dollar store, and he was my boss.
Yeah.
And then when we started going out, I started spending a lot of time in her basement, right? And just saw a lot of stuff on the computer there.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of shocking, traumatizing stuff.
Like that her dad was leaving up? Like her dad would use your computer in your room?
Like, you know that pizza place? Like that kind of stuff. Like pizza place stuff.
Oh, you're talking about
what I'm talking
pizza
about.
place stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking at Little Caesars how like they have the pepperonis are little kids' dicks.
Well, either he was making tomato sauce in the basement, or I don't know what that was. Right?
It was you know what that is? It's kid blood.
You can tell
it's
kid blood is
little
chunky.
baby blood.
Yeah, kid blood is chunky. It's got onions in it.
It's chunky tomato kid blood.
It's got a little
it's
oregano.
San Marzano kid blood. This is what they're doing.
That's why
Joe Biden.
That's why the pizza place is sacrificing kids, because kids got tomato sauce for blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then their tomato sauce eventually, once it gets more iron in it, as they grow older and eat more steaks, the kids eventually, their blood starts running smoother. That's why you can't have adult blood for pizza. You need the chunky kid blood.
Yeah. Yeah, so,
and,
just to cut my little story short here, because someone's pounding on the door. I think it's FBI. They're probably going to take me to Gitmo.
You don't have to worry about the feds.
Because I fought for my country.
You didn't break anything. You didn't break any constitutional law because you were fighting treasonous devils.
Yeah, well, from another dimension. Don't even get me started.
Yeah.
Okay? Because if you get me started on how they're from another dimension, I will not stop. But
you will not stop.
I will not stop, because the other dimension stuff that they're capable of, the mind tricks, like,
and they're extra dimensional too. The mind tricks, you don't even know where they're coming from. They're not coming from here. Like, you've seen mind tricks before. You've seen David Blaine before. You're fine with that mundane Blaine shit. But this is coming at you from like the Devil Peninsula or something like that. That's an extra dimensional place where all of these pedo rubes are coming from.
So I see you do understand. I see.
I understand. The raid, it made me aware. It made me aware in a way that I haven't been before.
What did you think about it? What did you think about the raid, as we call it now? The raid for
the raid for freedom.
The glorious. How are we gonna refer to it on our side?
I think we just we got to take the 9/11 rules and just call it 1/6.
Really?
Yeah, I think 1/6 is gonna be That's going to be the name because it sounds
an
cool.
Australian guy who doesn't have sex much. I had one 6.
I had 1 6. Or a New Zealand guy. I think we can't maintain this illusion, the illusion of Harrison anymore.
Oh, Harrison left.
Harrison
had to run away.
Got arrested
So this
by the
is
FBI.
now Steven, who has come down from smoking crack upstairs.
Yeah, Steven's going through a real crack thing right now.
Yeah, my eyes are red. I've been rubbing them, and they're crusty. I got
Not
crusties.
as red as the faces of Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz.
Yeah, they were hiding.
Are they hiding?
They were hiding.
Man, the issue that I have with your depiction of Harrison, the issue that I have is that a lot of these Q guys are not the impoverished. I mean, a lot of them are like the impoverished,
Oh, I wasn't trying to say
queens.
they're all like that. That guy's just funny because I don't think that guy actually went to the right place. He went to some haunted arcade center.
He actually went to Comet Ping Pong, and that's just what Comet Ping Pong is.
Yeah, he was like I don't know. He was like somewhere in Baltimore. A scary arcade.
Yeah. You're mistaking people for Chuck Schumer.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of these, what was very funny about, so many funny things about the raid on the Capitol, about 1/6.
Yeah, I like calling it a raid because the leader was like a Viking, so.
Yeah. I like calling it a raid because it's like, do you know the movie The Raid, where it's very, kinetic and the camera's scrolling around a lot, matching the action movements?
Awesome
what I liked
fight
about
scenes.
this, this one, there was just so much milling about, but I'm imagining in their heads, like the camera's moving, going like, swish, swish, we're doing the action movie now. It's The Raid, but really they're just, shuffling orderly in a hallway.
Yeah.
Maybe, messing some papers up.
It'd be fun. Yeah, the Capitol building has a DJ that's playing cool action music in the background, and there's sound effects to every movement you do.
People are comparing it to the beer hall pooch.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know. Maybe.
Do you think this is a? Because that's the. I think it's. I think it's certainly apt in its patheticness, because that's what the thing of the beer hall putsch. I imagine at the time in Germany that probably looked as dumb as this shit looks.
Yeah,
because
that's terrifying farce is what it is.
Yeah, but will it lead to anything further?
Yes.
Will Trumpism continue?
Yes.
Okay. Why do you say yes?
My prediction is it is unfortunately going to lead to more Q Congress people.
Yeah, we already have one in Marjorie Taylor Greene.
We have more than one. I think.
Really?
Yes. Not all of them are open about it. But Lauren Boebert from Colorado has I think expressed support for Q. She's the one who's like, I'm going to carry a gun to work in the Capitol.
Yeah, but she's not a Congress person.
Yes, she is.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's from.
So there's more than one.
But
Q
she's
Congress people.
she's like sort of disavowed Q or been like, I don't really know what you're talking about. They all have to sort of say, oh, I don't know. But yeah, Q's a fascist movement that wants to dismantle democracy. It's very not good.
Yeah, and it has the ability to ensnare normies and then suddenly inject them with enough rhetoric that they don't understand that they've bought into a fascist movement. So they'll just do whatever under the pretense that they're saving the children. That's like it's Helen Lovejoy is really one of the most prophetic characters about how propaganda is spread and how political action is thought of. Because, what is the episode where she says, think of the children? It's the immigrants episode where they try and deport Apu, and then it's all about Apu. And it's in response to the bears, but Helen Lovejoy's famous line, won't somebody please think of the children? That is a trigger in a lot of people's heads that forces them to do weird stuff. You can just say that shit, and people will, sniff it out. And
Yep. That's how Q.
That's what Q is based on.
That's how Q gets people. They actually put signs up at churches, at like around churches that say "Save the Children," and then they put a hashtag or a way of identifying to get further information that doesn't give away that it's Q. And they target religious people who naturally have a sense of maybe something bigger is going on in the background, or a desire to understand what is going on, the meaning of life, big important questions. Yeah, they target those kind of people. That's why it has a religious seeming edge to it.
Yeah. People who can't reconcile their belief that God is love with the fact that they can appreciate so many terrible things happen in the world. And they don't really have an explanation for it other than, oh no, it's the devil working through these bad humans.
Yeah,
or these extra-dimensional powers.
Oversaturation of bad news has turned their brains into mush.
And, poor journalism.
Well.
But what do we want? The internet. It's the internet. It's Facebook. They finally banned Trump from Twitter.
Oh, yes, they did.
That was one of the pieces.
They banned him from everything.
All of social media. They banned him from everything. I don't know why they didn't wait until after he was. I guess this was the bridge too far. I guess the raid on Capitol Hill.
Everyone is saying it's because the Democrats took the Senate. And so there might be some accountability. Who knows? Is that true?
I think I don't know because that dovetails into like the big worry that I've been hearing from some lefty commentators, which is this is going to be used to create domestic terror bills that will offer even more opportunities for intrusive spying.
Yeah,
especially on its own on your own citizens.
Yeah, definitely. Why? Of course. I mean, and it will be used against leftists primarily, naturally. Not against white supremacists. It's used against whoever is in charge wants to use it against.
Oh man, that's actually going to be. You know what's going to happen exactly? They're going to say, "Look, we need to target any anti-Semitic people," and then they're going to end up like arresting a bunch of BDS people and over sentencing them because they're going to say these anti-Israel people are anti-Semitic. So, and it'll be nice because those kids will be Palestinian too, so we can get, two birds with one stone.
I don't know if they're going to arrest people. We're just shutting down social medias so we're censoring. I mean, it's not great. It sucks. Yeah. I don't know. I also see why you should do it, but maybe there shouldn't be any politicians on Twitter. Yeah.
I think, the response to this after, the last 12 months of, and people who are ostensibly otherwise liberal or left-wing, they're after, witnessing a year of protests about the police, the fact that they say, this obvious solution to this is to give the police vastly more powers. That's what people like Norm Ornstein were arguing for.
I don't know. I've seen his name, but I don't know who he is.
He's an American Enterprise Institute hack, and he was known for being a sort of lefty voice in the 90s. He was definitely an anti-Iraq voice, but, a lot of people that were anti-Iraq ended up being supportive of Obama's interventionist policies. So a lot of them lost their souls to the niceification of
I really do believe
foreign bombing.
Obama's a time traveler. I really do believe Obama's a time traveler.
You do believe Obama's a time traveler?
That's my one thing I believe I share in common with former guest Harrison, friend of the show.
Harrison inspired you.
Yeah.
Why do you think? What is your evidence for Obama being a time traveler?
Well, just
he was on Happy Days.
Him showing up in all different aspects of history throughout history. From the birth of Jesus to now. He was one of the wise men.
Obama was Jesus. Gotta advise you. I'm giving you myrrh. Right, that's what the wise men did. They gave him myrrh and frankincense.
I think
gold
fidget spinner. Oh,
frankincense, myrrh, and fucking weed, man. Whoa, getting high with baby Jesus, man.
Frankincense.
We're smoking reefer at this baby. Virgin Mary's chuming with us in the chum room.
It's a chum.
Yeah.
Chumin. It's a
Chuman.
Harry
That was
Truman.
Obama said chuming. That was what Chum Gang was.
Really?
Remember Chum Gang?
Really?
Yeah, in one of Obama's 1,000 autobiographies. That's why Obama couldn't get anything done. He was just writing 7 autobiographies at a time when he was president. But he had his gang in high school was called the Chum Gang.
Well, how many autobiographies have you written?
I only wrote one about the tumultuous year in my life when I saw Call Me By Your Name and kept trying to get older men to reenact it with me.
That's very cool. Were you on an island?
I was on
the Greek island of Naxos.
I wasn't on an Italian island. I was in South Jersey. I was in Ocean City, not Atlantic City. I was in Egg Harbor. It was an Egg Harbor romance. Yeah.
And you wanted to
You ever get gay in Egg Harbor?
Yeah, I have, actually. Back in 1991, I was 2 years old. And I got gay there.
Got gay in Egg Harbor?
Yeah, and it's Egg Harbor, New Jersey. That's what it's part of my story, too. That's, in fact, the only year I've ever written about in my autobiography as well. 1991.
The year you got gay in Egg Harbor.
The year I got gay in Egg Harbor, yeah. So we share that. We're like brothers in that way.
We are like brothers in that we both got gay in Egg Harbor at different times.
We share a
lives.
bond. Although, and it may be too far to say, but we're also like sisters.
Yeah, we're like sisters. Sisters who tied their dicks together once like pretzels, and then
had
to stretch them out like taffy and tied them together,
and then made them into pretzels by pouring lye on them and boiling them and sprinkling salt.
Yeah. That was a crazy BME Pain Olympics.
Did you see the?
Are they BME?
Did you see the Danish cartoon?
John Dillermand
with the long dick, very long dick.
Yeah, John Dillermand. John Dillermand. Man, the Europeans are light years ahead of us.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I would love that as a kid. I would think that is awesome.
I mean, does the dick have a mind of its own? Is it like escaping?
Yeah, the dick is always getting him into trouble.
As it would.
And the thing about the penis is it's funny because it's a long tube. It's not like a gigantic whale or something like that,
Yeah.
It's not that type of gigantic penis. It's more like a spaghetti penis, which I think is funny. And they don't actually show the dick is obscured by his red and white striped suit.
Yeah, somehow the suit extends with it.
I think he got it specially made if you have that type of penis.
It's like a sock?
Yeah. But like a real good Lycra sock.
Wow.
John Dillermand.
I would like a body-fitting sock piece of clothing.
Yeah. One that has erection crumple zones. Mm-hmm. The one that would conform to your boners.
Yeah, and if it had wheels on it too, so I could just lie down and then roll around.
That's what I'm asking for next Christmas. Is a space suit that conforms to my boners.
Yeah.
I am the boner conformer.
From your 87-year-old mother that you still live with. You're 40.
Mom, can you restitch my long john so that they conform to my boners?
So
Stop asking me that.
I saw in the paper, I don't know which one, that the poor millennials are going to be called millennials, and the rich millennials are going to be called megalennials. And
oh shit!
The millennials are poor because they're too self-centered. And the megalennials are rich because they've got mega personalities.
What public? Yeah. Was this like Forbes or something like this?
I don't know. Yeah, one of the publications I read, one of the rags.
You could just make anything up. There's gonna be the fascist millennials, and there's also going to be the non-fascist. Well, that's actually true. Okay, what's something that's made up? There's going to be the hoker millennials, and those are the guys that just hang around town.
What's that word?
And then there's hokers. There are a bunch of hokers.
Oh, okay.
And then there's the Fliegender Millennials, and those are the guys that just want to fly into space.
That sounds 100% made up.
Yeah,
well done.
You're a Fliegender Millennial.
Well done.
And
I'm
then
making it up.
And then there are the Flash Bomb Millennials, and those guys. You don't want to know about those guys. I am a media guy.
I thought we eliminated the flash mob people. I said Flash Bomb,
and they're called Flash Bombs because they're bright like the sun. They just shine. They shine like a flash bomb.
You remember when
everything
was a flash mob?
Yeah, everything was a flash mob, and it would be like annoying songs that are popular with liberals, with centrist liberals that watch Scrubs, like "Africa" by Toto.
I guess if the what are we calling them? The seditious insurrectionists. What's the name?
The seditious insurrectionists. I call them the party tour.
The filthy traitors. The filthy traitors. What if the filthy traitors
mucking up there?
What if they just broke out in song and dance? What if they...
One singular sensation, every single step she makes. They're just a full chorus line of all the shirtless Q shaman guys together, doing each other's makeup.
Some of them are severely mentally ill, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of autistic. There was that one guy who's like the son of a Brooklyn judge who it turns out is like severely neurodivergent.
Yeah, he seemed
that people were making fun of.
I think he has a mental thing, but
he had the neurodivergent eyes.
They
used to call him the crazy eyes, but now they call him the neurodivergent eyes.
That's better.
That's bad.
It's better. No, we've improved. This improvement has been brought to you by filthy leftists, which is what we are. We're not the dirtbag left. We're filthy leftists. That's our thing. We say shocking things.
They say shocking things. They're associated with Red Scare. Also got banned. Which
I saw
was
that.
funny.
That was odd to me. I don't know why. What do they say that's so offensive?
They say 4chan shit all the time.
Really?
Which is, I guess how they get caught in the snare.
I don't know.
They say ironic 4chan shit.
For our listeners who don't know,
people
Red Scare Pod. Red Scare is a pod. It's a podcast. That is two ladies from Brooklyn being...
Two real hot sluts. No, sorry.
But
they would describe themselves that way.
Ooh, well, who knows? Anyway, their account got banned from Twitter. Suspended. They're Donald Trump.
They're also part of what people would consider the post-left because where, it's something like there's a movement in leftist... The dirtbag left is characterized for anti-identity politics. These people are like super identity politics. It's like not only should we not focus on identity politics, but we should route it out and try and eliminate it as much as possible. Hence the tendency towards shocking humor because, you're trying to be like, hey, this shit doesn't matter, and we can express solidarity with each other through our shocking humor. Zizek even says that, it's like, back in the days, I could call my Arab cab driver a fucking Arab, and he would laugh with me, and he would call me a fucking Eastern European shithead white honky, and it was good. He extols the virtues of being able to share racist jokes with strangers about their race.
I am for it.
That's an obsession with these people.
A moderately conservative communism. He just needs to collect his saliva better.
Would you be the manager of Zizek's dripping bucket?
You mean if it's assigned to me in the work for labor? For him to use my labor?
Here at University of Slovenia, we have special job. Is collect Zizek drippings.
Okay, so you want to make me use my labor for your fucking spit problem.
You get in the dripping union. Okay. Dripping union, very good. It is you, also Bill O'Reilly. He has dripping boy.
Yes, it works so nice when government controls everything. We know, it's great. The ketchup tastes good. Yes.
Jack Nicholson? Jack? His dripping boy? Jack? Lots of dripping boy. For gonorrhea, Eddie Van Halen used to before die. But now he die no more dripping boy. He just collects tears of Wolfgang Van Halen. Who's still very sad.
I think that was when a lot of the people on the right really lost it when they lost Edward Van Halen.
They lost Edward Van Halen. Yeah, because then they discovered, oh man, Edward Van Halen's half Asian? That sucks. All the racists, discovered he was Indonesian, and they were like, oh man.
He was otherworldly.
Can you think of a more famous Indonesian besides Suharto? More people know who Eddie Van Halen is than Suharto, probably.
Ian Miles Chong.
He's Malaysian.
Oh, he's not Indonesian?
No, he's Malaysian.
Might be. Sorry,
Racist.
y'all. Sorry for doing a racism.
You did racism.
In my defense, they are right next to each other.
Yeah.
In my defense, they're right there, right next to each other.
They're right there, tucked away down there.
Is it racist to confuse an Australian with a New Zealander? Is that racist?
No.
Okay.
Is it? I think they get mild. I think we get mildly peeved. They get mildly pissed off. Are you confusing my accent? I can't distinguish between Australia. I mean, I can. But when I ever do that type of accent, I just automatically do a New Zealand accent because it's funny to say X. The E's are very funny.
Yeah, it's as fun as South African. South African's fun too.
The South African accent. Would you think that? We take it, and they had the antwoord. I can't do the South African accent. African. Just say African.
It's too bad.
African.
It's too bad. You think Greenland has COVID? Maybe we can go there.
Go to Nuuk.
Yeah.
Head on to Nuuk, Greenland.
How's the Yukon doing? You get any updates?
Whitehorse? Well, let me tell you, they're having a real stable time up in Whitehorse. They're going to movie theaters. They're fucking in the streets.
Really?
Up in the Arctic.
They're fucking in the streets in winter.
They're fucking in the streets in winter in the Arctic. That's how much they're glad that they don't have COVID. And the fucking is what's keeping them warm,
Yeah.
And it's going to become a tradition in Whitehorse now. It's called bareback a bear's back.
Isn't going into the elements part of a Canadian tradition?
Yeah, they're called Starlight Tours. No. Do you know what Starlight Tours are?
No, please enlighten me.
Starlight Tours are one of the worst things I've ever heard. It was a practice. It happened like dozens of times in Saskatchewan, reported over the course of a 20-year period, where lots of Saskatchewan cops would just take drunk Indigenous men and just drive them like 50 miles out into the country in the dead of winter and then just leave them there. And that happened many, many, many times. I can't think of a more horrible way to die.
That's terrible.
Yeah, it's one of the worst things I've ever heard. And it was a Canadian tradition.
When that
They
happened?
didn't make a heritage minute about that, I tell you what.
Yeah, when did that happen? Up through when?
From the late 80s, reported, I don't know how far back this tradition goes, but it started getting reported in the late 80s, basically up till now. And you can look them up. They're called Starlight Tours. One of the most bone-chilling fucking depths of humanity. We do fucking movies, and we're fascinated by fucking the evils of Charles Manson, but shit just as evil is going on in your local police force.
Oh, so it was the police doing it?
It was the police doing it.
I missed that part. I'm sorry.
It was the police taking drunk native men and stranding them out in the wilderness.
So why do Canadians let serial killers on the police force?
Because they're under the pretense of doing their job. Some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses. You see.
Yeah.
For wearing the badge, they're the chosen whites.
Is Tom Morello going to do
Is that what he's saying?
Tom Morello, is he jumping into the fray of politics? Maybe he should fucking run for something, Tom Morello.
I don't know. Tom Morello's very smart. He's a great... I was listening to the first Rage album.
Oh, yeah?
He is so fucking good. Tom Morello, for all else, I love him as a guitarist. I love his lines. His solos are very fluid and beautiful.
That
have a lot of
every
jazz
guitar track is perfectly double tracked on that album. It is a very good album. Yes.
Yeah. I love all of the Rage Against the Machine albums, even the covers one.
Well,
they're a really good band.
I don't like that one.
The cover, it's worse than the other ones, but it's never. I wouldn't call it like a terrible album.
I also really don't like the third one as much.
Oh, I love the third one. That has Testify on it.
No, it doesn't. Testify's on the second one. The second one, Testify's on.
Testify's on Battle of Los Angeles.
Yes, which is.
That's the third one. The second one is Evil Empire, which is Bulls on Parade is the big track from Evil Empire.
Evil Empire's the one I don't like.
And that's the one with the kid what looks like Pete Buttigieg on the cover.
With the flag? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one doesn't do it as much for me. I like the first one the best.
Yeah. The first one is the best.
Yeah.
That's got Bomb Track, Wake Up, Killing in the Name,
Teacup,
Take the Power Back.
The song called Teacup about their tea parties that they would do.
Yeah. We're gonna get an Earl Grey. We're gonna get an oolong tea. We're gonna go to the Parkhurst Avenue Hotel. And you're gonna sit the tea with me.
Yeah.
Tea loving Zach De La Rocha.
Yeah, they would with the his doily collection is just huge. I don't know. I mean, that's what he really went into after they broke up. Collecting doilies. He has all of the doilies from Marie Antoinette's last dinner.
That's what he spent all his rage money on.
Yeah, that's why they had to get back together.
Yeah. See, his doily budget was getting out of control.
He fucking loves tea parties.
Yeah, he was commissioning too many doilies with the faces of Thomas Sankara on them, and, he went broke. But these were fair trade doilies. He was getting them from doily artisans in South America.
Yeah. Yeah, no doily cartels have been forcing people off their land to go knit the doilies in bunkers. That's not happening with Zach De La Rocha's doily free trade company.
Yeah, there are no doily warlords involved with Zach De La Rocha. There are no doily child soldiers, who are, killing other children for their doilies.
Yeah. I was just thinking, you ever think about how it's totally unethical to ever eat anything?
Yeah, everything has a soul.
Yeah.
You have to kill to survive. Plants have a soul.
Yeah, grains.
Unfortunately, they do.
Each individual grain has a soul because it could become a plant.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm a hardcore on that.
Very hardcore. Very hardcore potentialist.
I'm so anti-abortion, I don't eat seeds. I don't eat seed oil. I have to fry everything in beef fat. Hell yeah. That's hardcore. That's called Hardcore Catholic. My new podcast, Hardcore Catholic.
I'm so anti-abortion that if I was burning up on a NASA launch pad, I would just burn up with the ship. I wouldn't abort.
Whoa, dude. That's a different way of using the word, and you know it. Don't play dumb, Mr. Astronaut.
I'm using my word. I'm using my word magic. I'm using my chaos word magic to influence reality. You see, puns are magic.
Houston.
Puns are chaos magic.
This astronaut is playing dumb. You do know how to land the space shuttle. No, I don't.
I don't know, boss. I don't know if I can land the space shuttle. It's a very confusing system.
I saw there's a Twitter debate. There's a discourse on how in China, the number one career for children that they want to be is astronaut. And in America, the number one career for children that they want to be is a YouTube personality. People in the comments were like, okay, dumbasses, Elon Musk going to make it so that we don't need astronauts. The space shuttle is going to drive itself. Of course, well, you Chinese are using 50-year-old technology. And I was like, that's kind of a good point. I guess.
I guess the other news to come out of this week was Elon Musk somehow became the richest man in the world.
Yeah, he did.
on speculation alone.
Yeah.
On nothing but VC funding just coming to him from all corners of the earth.
I would shout out to Grimes. Now's a good time to get that divorce.
Yeah.
Also, Kim Kardashian and Kanye are getting a divorce. What?
Now I can finally suck Kanye West's weird looking dick.
Is that a goal?
Yeah, I would like to. I need to suck the dicks of geniuses to absorb their genius.
I thought you should eat their brains for that.
I eat their chicken brains.
It'd be funny if there was cannibalism at the Capitol building. That would make for a great headline.
Yeah, cannibal at the Capitol.
Yeah, they seized Nancy Pelosi and then they ate her.
Yeah, they ate the lady that was shot to gain her power and to honor her.
Yeah. If they reveal themselves to be total savages, then we will have to of course zip tie them all to a sinking tinder block.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the
solution? Weren't there a bunch of bombs that were supposed to go off that didn't or something?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, apparently. Who knows? Who knows who's telling the truth? We have entered the panopticon, according to Ariel Pink.
Oh, yeah, that's the funniest shit that happened. Oh, my God. Ariel Pink and his fucking haunted graffiti. And John Mouse.
Yeah. Out of my mind. Another weekend. I can't be fine.
I like Ariel Pink's music. I think Ariel Pink is good. I think he's fun. I like our Stevie Moore and that type of shit, so I like Ariel Pink. But it makes a lot of sense that they're a fascist.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I think he's doing a bit.
You think he's doing? You think he's just a troll?
I mean, first off, if we were in the area, we might have checked it out. You can't argue against that.
Oh yeah, I would have definitely checked it out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm a huge agoraphobe, so I would stay away from crowds no matter how funny they might be.
I wouldn't have raided the Capitol, but I would have definitely, stood off to the side and be like, oh, they raided the Capitol.
But he has issued statements supportive of Trump and that are weird. John Mouse just decided to post crypto-religious stuff in response, being like, here's Edith Stein, who is a Jew who converted to Catholicism in Germany in World War II, and they killed her because she was both Jewish and Catholic, and they couldn't figure out which one she was.
That's my story.
So that's John Mouse. That's his defense. And Ariel Pink just posted Vote Trump, which we can't do.
Yeah.
So who knows?
I don't know.
Their music is B- to me. Always has been. Sorry.
There was a take on that where it's like, it's really annoying when someone says, I always hated their music, when you find out that they have terrible political beliefs or something like that. Where it's like, who cares? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether you use this as a justification for your taste.
I mean,
it's a stupid thing to say.
I know one thing about John Mouse in that I saw him in Kingston, New York. It was a good show. Mm-hmm. Not long after that, his bass player and brother tragically died. So John Mouse is probably going through some shit because I think his brother died on tour with him. But that was like a couple years ago. So,
hey, a lot of people spiral out into interesting political beliefs as a result of trauma that happened years ago.
I thought
Ariel
Pink
he was very close.
Canceled already for like sex stuff. I thought he was a sex assault guy.
He was a sex pervert.
Yeah.
Maybe he's you said something, they were probably just trying to revive their careers, find a new audience. You said you were surprised that Louis C.K. wasn't there.
Yeah, Louis should have been there.
Yeah. He whipping out his dick at Nancy Pelosi. Hey, Pelosi, my daughters are happy to see you.
He calls his nickname for his dick is my daughters.
My daughters. These are my daughters.
What a creep.
What Louis C.K. the creep. Yeah, I don't care about Louis C.K. I don't care about his career. I don't think that his cancellation is indicative of the evil times. People really want to think of it that way, though. Dave Chappelle hangs out with him a lot. But yeah. Dave Chappelle's kind of canceled in the circles that would already cancel
Dave
Louis
Chappelle
C.K.,
hangs out with Joe Rogan now.
Joe Rogan's super cool.
Yeah, they're doing a thing. That's what they're doing, a thing out there. They're like trying to host live stand-up somehow.
Yeah, like $3,500, like campaign money stand-up sessions where you get to meet all your favorite guys, but 2 feet apart.
I think Joe Rogan and Dave Chappelle are going to run for president and vice president one day.
Let's hope they do. We just need some common sense.
Yeah. They would run on a common sense platform too, I bet.
Yeah. That was another theme of the QAnon Capitol Raiders is the that's what we should call them. Remember, so there was an old cartoon from the 90s about rats that lived underneath the Capitol. It was called Capitol Critters. And that's what we should call them, the Capitol Critters.
Yeah.
So yeah, among the Capitol Critters were a bunch of like failed comedians.
Really?
That have since turned to right-wing podcasting in order to supplement the income. And that was a theme.
Hey, let's we may try that one time ourselves if we have to.
Mm-hmm.
There was I did see a post of a guy who was like, I have made a business out of posting underneath Trump's Twitter posts and then selling like anti-Trump merchandise based on my posts.
Oh yeah. And now there's like several accounts like that. So, Eugene Goo, MD, Brooklyn Dad Defiant.
And they were like, and so now I have this whole business model and I can't use it because Twitter banned him. And it's like,
so he's gotta switch to another guy to dunk on. Just become a leftist and do Matt Iglesias quotes. Bad Matt Iglesias quotes. Speaking of Egg Harbor, he is the first human egg hybrid.
Yes.
He is an egg man.
Yeah. Egg face.
What was his... Matt Iglesias had a roundly hated tweet where he said, yeah, we should replace... Clearly the solution for this is to replace the Capitol Police with social workers with training. Another guy arguing for increased police presence as a result.
What a sick burn, Matty.
Yeah.
What? Because the Capitol Police didn't just like take selfies with everyone. There was like 5 guys fighting him out front, and the rest of the Capitol Police were like eating a tuna sandwich and being like, "Oh, you need directions to Chuck Schumer's office? Oh, you go upstairs, take a left.
Here's a packet of Metamucil. Have at it, buddy."
Yeah.
Oh my god!
It seems to me like there was a lot of people who didn't give a shit that this was happening.
I heard a lot of shit smearing stories. I don't hear as many. That's one of the things about the Black Lives Matter protests is you didn't hear as many shit smearing stories as you did with the people at the Capitol.
Yeah, no, they burned stuff down. And the Black Lives Matter protests, I was surprised nothing got burned down. They're lucky, I guess.
Well, because if you burn down the Capitol, that's when the real domestic terror charges start coming.
Well, the real domestic terror charges are coming.
Yeah.
So.
But I feel like arson puts you in another... Like, it seemed like what they did was just, I who's gonna... If they stole... The people that stole stuff are probably going to get the largest book thrown at them.
Yeah, and people who damage stuff will get stuff, probably get some prison time.
All the guys from the memes, the guys in Pelosi's office, the guy who took the stand, you see their mugshots.
So the memes on the right going around now are about how people on Reddit are turning in their families for posting pics of them being at the Capitol Hill riot.
That's sort of a shitty thing to do. I wouldn't do that. I don't snitch.
Yes, it could be totally unfounded or completely fake. So it's just pictures of text. I can take a picture of some text. I can post it on Reddit.
Mm-hmm. I don't think maybe it would happen. Maybe it is good that we report our families to the police. I mean, if they're hitting you, yeah, definitely do that.
Right.
I haven't quizzed. I'm really interested to see what my dad thinks about this. I haven't quizzed him about it since it happened, but he's taken a right-wing turn. But he's still... So he was a Tulsi Gabbard fan, and he's Tulsi Gabbard's exact demographic because he likes universal health care but hates Muslims. So he's that type of figure. He's that type of political ideology.
Does he not like any kind of Middle Eastern food? That's how I always try to convince people.
Well, he even likes the food, but he's xenophobic because he's bought into that whole clash of civilizations, West is best mentality, and that there's while there's not a conspiracy, there is a liberal tendency to ignore the facts in favor of political correctness. Now, something you just gotta know is that if you were in those Muslim countries as a gay person, you wouldn't have a very good time, now would you, Alex? It wouldn't have been that good for me like 40 years ago here, so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think people are too quick to judge.
As a white person, you wouldn't do well,
As a white person, I would definitely
as a white
not
Christian man, you would not have the privilege over there that you do here. What an interesting argument he's making. Huh. That perhaps here you have more privilege as a white male. Is he sure he's making? Are you sure that's the argument he wants to be making?
He's a Crowder fan. No, I think he realized Crowder was an idiot. I think he's still a Shapiro fan though.
Yeah.
He's good. I love my dad, but the internet fucked his brain up.
It fucked all our brains and fucked all our lives up, and I want to turn it off. If there's an off button for the internet, I would press it in an instant.
Yeah, if I could go back in time, if I could get time-traveling Obama to kill Tim Berners-Lee, I would do it.
I would too. We should go find Obama and ask him to do it.
Yeah. I'm the Terminator, except I'm killing Tim. I'm the Timinator.
Oh, I see you gentlemen have found out that I'm the Terminator.
Now, let me be clear. I'm going to terminate him.
Oh, man. Obama as the Terminator would be awesome. I was seeing someone
I
edited...
see now why you cry, but it's something I could never do.
Let me be clear. I'll be back. Yeah. Let me be clear. I will return. Someone edited out Trump from Home Alone 2 and put in Obama. It was awesome. It was awesome. I was like, yes, please make this.
Yes,
make this my life.
Just get Macaulay Culkin, who's comfortable with memeing himself now, just reenact Home Alone 2 entirely. Get Obama's production company to foot it just for that scene.
Yeah, well...
everyone from Home Alone's still alive. Catherine O'Hara's still alive, more popular than ever off of Schitt's Creek.
Yeah, well, just so you say, Canadian invasion. I'm dubious. We're
going to make you guys more polite with our nice, clean comedy.
Don't you want to put some gravy on those French fries? Come on, it's good, I promise.
Oh, put some gravy on them fries.
Put some gravy on those fries.
Do some Putan porn.
Did you hear that?
Slather them taters in gravy.
I have a show suggestion for NBC. It's called The Apprentice, and it's Hillary Clinton as the apprentice, and she gets to fire men from their jobs, and that's her whole job. It's just to fire men. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
But it's not enough to fire. What she needs to just consistently promote Neera Tanden above these men as well.
So yeah, so Neera Tanden's going to have to come face to face with Bernie now, I think, when they try to confirm her. But I also saw that Biden may not have enough time to confirm most of his cabinet before he's sworn in. Because of the nonsense going on. So he's going to come without a cabinet at first.
Running up that hill.
Hey, it's fine.
Running up that hill.
What do you need a cabinet for? It's not like the executive branch is insanely complicated.
Yeah, and as an octogenarian, listen, man, I can't even open cabinets anymore.
I keep it all up here, Jack. I keep it all in my head. I have a whole plan mapped out for what I'm going to do.
I got 12 guys in my head, Jack, and one of them is named Joe. One of them's named Joe Jr., One of them's named Joe Sixpack. One of them's named Joe Cool. He's the cool guy. He's the transportation guy.
All right, here's the deal. First day I'm president, everybody's going to get real healthy. So now you go do 10 push-ups. I can't do 10, but I'm going to do 5. But you go do 10.
Joe Biden can do 5. Joe Biden could definitely out-push-up me, for sure.
That's
how I thought he was going to win initially, is by beating Trump in a push-up contest.
Yeah, I can do 5, but then my wrists start to hurt.
Yeah. You should stop jacking off so much.
Yeah, I know. But I can't. I'm addicted.
You should stop masturbating until your penis is raw and red, like a exposed brick.
Or like the tomato sauce blood of a youth.
Like the tomato sauce blood of a youth, my penis has become raw and red from over masturbation. I do not use any liquids or balms or salves during masturbation. I take it until the skin is off, until it resembles an apple core. That is what my penis looks like after a masturbation session.
Apple core.
The shaft has withered down.
Apple core is a funny look for a penis.
You got a real apple core.
Yeah. It looks like someone was like eating it in the middle. And there's a stem and like a hairy anus on the other side.
This is my BuzzFeed list. The top 15 least desirable penis shapes.
Xbox controller.
Monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Clothespin.
Clothespin penis would be bad. Earwig.
Right angle.
Hey, the hypotenuse. Yeah. I'll get my hypotenuse. Fucking capital critters.
So
fucking these guys.
It's Mardi Gras season. Have you heard?
It is.
Have you heard?
Is it Mardi Gras season?
Soon. We should be preparing. I mean, we should be preparing for Mardi Gras. That's what I'm hearing.
We should get our feathers ready for our floats.
It's gonna be a crazy Mardi Gras. Are you ready, brah?
Are you ready, brah? It's gonna be a nuts Mardi Gras. I'm not ready for Mardi Gras this year, I don't think.
Brah, it's Mardi Gras.
People have been preparing for Mardi Gras all year. And what we like to do here at House of Decline is do like a special Mardi Gras shout-out, which goes like this. A Mardi Gras, hey! Mardi Gras, ho! Mardi Gras in your ass, let's go blow a guy on the streets for Mardi Gras Day. Just 'cause we blow him doesn't mean we're gay. And yeah, Mardi Gras is special because it's the one day a year you can like blow a lot of guys without it being gay.
Yeah, it's not gay when you do it on Mardi Gras.
That's the magic of Mardi Gras, and that's why everyone's so happy because there's lots of blowing going on.
Yeah, the French invented it naturally because they need any excuse they can to make sucking dick not gay.
Yeah. Oh, we love to suck our penis. We all have oral fixations in France. That's why we smoke the cigarette.
Yeah.
But, we cannot suck dick or else country would go to hell. So, one day a year, Mardi Gras.
Man.
So, day of the sucking. It means Tuesday dick.
We should cover France.
Tuesday penis.
What's going on? France news. I wish we had
France news.
Marseillaise on like a...
Dun 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 Macron. Macron. What's going on with the one-man automaton Emmanuel Macron?
Well, I do believe they just have like a permanent state of emergency due to various
Emergency?
People. Yeah. But let's see.
Yeah, this another line I heard on Twitter about this was Americans adopting French culture. This was called French cultural appropriation, the Capitol raid.
Really? Oh, well, no, because we didn't...
Well, because it's something that the French
We didn't burn anything.
Yeah, it's true. We didn't also have... the standoffs with the police were friendly at best.
Well, I want to get to the
how
bottom
there's always... You know how, like, at Pride, some of the more lib members of Pride, there'll be, like, photos of cops with super soakers... shooting the Pride Festival people with super soakers, which is kind of dark when you think about it.
Yeah, it's also the cops will do that with kids too. They'll have kid days where they'll go shoot kids with super soakers. Like, get ready for the big time. This is gonna be like this,
just
but
put
scary.
2 and 2 together. How weird that is.
Hey, target practice.
Hey, we used to shoot you with real guns, but now we're shooting you with pretend guns. The fun guns. They're fun guns.
Doesn't the water feel nice when it splashes on your face?
Cop water.
Yeah.
No water better than cop water.
Well, night is falling.
Night has come.
Night.
What's going on in France? I thought we were doing the French report. I thought we were doing the croissants.
They just have COVID lockdowns. That's the only news.
Have COVID,
yeah. Everywhere is the same now. We're just trying to weather.
It's worse than ever here in Ontario.
It's worse than ever everywhere, except Michigan's. We passed one peak. I think we're going to have another peak probably pretty soon. But
Twin Peaks, good show.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the Twin Peaks. Shout out to the Twin Peaks.
Famed director David Lynch was at the protest. He's become a QAnon guy.
That's cool. Yeah,
I really started believing in QAnon.
Have you?
Because of the electrical signals floating through my brain.
Oh man, don't make fun of him. He's my hero, sort of.
Did you know that there are extra-dimensional pedophiles, not unlike my show Twin Peaks, in which Bob raped girls?
And David Bowie screamed.
That is not... Who is that over there? Is that Judy? I don't care. I wasn't talking about Judy. David Bowie and his inexplicable southern accent in Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me.
What does the fire...
The great Philip Jeffries.
How does the fire walk? Is that explained?
Well, you see Fire Walk with Me. So in Twin Peaks, the concepts of electricity and fire are sort of interchangeable. Mm-hmm. In fact, the conceit of the famous red room with the chevron pattern and red curtains represents that duality. Mm-hmm. So you have the chevron pattern, which is like a sine wave or electrical waves, and the red curtains, which are supposed to represent fire. And in the cosmology of Twin Peaks, sort of good and bad things are transmitted through this fire and through this electricity. They even comment on the show when Hawk says one time, in the language of my people, that it was a word for a different type of fire, more like electricity. And so there's that equation in Twin Peaks. So fire walking is basically, in the Twin Peaks cosmology, these sort of extra-dimensional spirits travel through electricity. And that's sort of what the fire walking is. That's what it means, is traveling to different states of mind, different dream areas through electricity. And that's something that appears in David Lynch's filmography since right the very beginning, since Eraserhead, which had all that heavy industrial ambient noise going on in the background. And even in Eraserhead, in the hotel of Henry's building, you see a chevron pattern like in Twin Peaks. Hinting to the early obsession with sine waves and electricity as it permeates our life.
It's spooky when David Lynch refers back to himself, because then you were like, maybe it's real, and maybe he's more like a documentarian.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about old David Lynch. He's not a QAnon guy.
No.
I'd like to think that he'd think that was stupid. I think he'd think it was sad more than stupid.
Well, he would have a good take on it, I bet. It'd be cool to know what his take on it, because it would probably be correct.
These guys are not doing enough transcendental meditation. That's what he'd probably say. He'd probably just encourage them to do TM.
Yeah. Well, is that what he's into?
Yeah, that's his thing. His big thing is transcendental meditation, and he thinks it should be taught everywhere because it thinks it makes people better.
Maybe it does. Maybe
He tried to start an institution with Donovan. I think he did start an institution with Donovan.
The arrested singer?
Yeah, wait, arrested?
Right, yeah, right. He was arrested for LSD and weed in, I believe, the 60s.
I thought you were going to cancel Donovan for it. I thought, like, Donovan, was a Comet Ping Pong Donovan.
Oh, he was canceled for drugs in the 60s.
But he made it out. Now he's the Sunshine Superman. But we got to worry about the Sunshine Supremacists.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're gonna are they gonna try it again?
Are they gonna try and raid Capitol Hill? I don't know.
They should try again. That'd be funny.
Better luck this time.
Try
Third time's
again.
the charm, boys.
Try again.
Yeah, that's what we're saying to anyone listening who is a Capital Critter. Do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again.
Just
do
go
it
ahead.
again.
Just go ahead and try me. Just go ahead.
Take Steely Dan's advice. We're going back, Jack. Do it again.
Yeah, and raise up your glass for good King John as well, as to finish the quote of the Dan, the steeliest of Dans.
Oh, Steely Dan. We can learn a lot of lessons from those guys.
Yeah, a lot of fashion lessons in particular, like long, straight hair from a balding guy with purple sunglasses. And then a Jewish guy in just lizard leather next to him.
And then a mustachioed Jamie Heineman looking motherfucker, Jeff Skunk Baxter, who later went on to consult for missile design systems.
Oh yeah, that guy's crazy.
And also Michael McDonald.
Was that a guitar player?
He was a guitar player for Jeff Skunk Baxter. Ended up working for Skunk Works, hilariously enough.
What a great
designing
band.
missiles, because an amp is sort of like a missile, and
like,
that's true. He got into electronics through amp making, and then later applied that to missile defense.
It's kind of
which is a crazy leap.
Yeah, it's capacitors, circuits, and such.
Yeah. Turns out, if you can make a distortion pedal, you can make an icy BM.
I was seeing.
I ate too many ice cubes, and now I put too many ice cubes up my bottom. Now I had an icy BM.
You mean BM like a bowel movement?
Like a bowel movement. I had a cold shit.
That was what we had to say for poop in my house growing up. BM.
That's gross. BM. Did a BM.
I don't get my parents' logic on that. Yeah, I guess they thought it was better than poop because they hated the word poop. But I think I'm going to make a radical departure from my upbringing and change things. And we're going to say
the problem with any word for that activity is that it's always onomatopoetic, and so poop is the sound that you make when you're doing a poop.
Is it?
I don't know. That's to me that's an ideal sound. So when you take a BM, that sounds like. When you have a curly one, it's going BM.
Yeah, BMs are only when they're thin and curly. Yeah, I want to I want to have as few like pathological things surrounding bodily functions as possible. So,
I want to be like the Koch brothers, and have a German nanny who tells me when I can poop, and that way I can get a real handle over my bowels.
Yeah, it'd be and the German nanny telling you when to poop. That is probably why they are the way they are.
Yeah, if all politics stem from bizarre sexual energies acquired during childhood,
naturally,
there you go.
I think most politics do stem from the bizarre sexual attributes of childhood, like a poop that won't come out.
Mm-hmm.
And
then you forever associate that with, Congress blocking passages.
Yeah.
I need to get the poop out. Hey, even drain the swamp is that,
Congress must not pass any bill.
Can't pass any poops.
Oh, well.
Hence the symbolic gesture of pooping in Nancy Pelosi's office.
Also, that happened in our momentous week, which we didn't touch on, is that the Democrats won the Senate. They won.
Oh, yeah. John Ossoff and Raphael. That's how this whole thing started, is the impossible happened, and the Dems took the Senate again, albeit very weakly. And it's 50-50. They didn't even win it, but they have They have enough of a
They can
majority in the
control
House.
the agenda.
They control the agenda.
They can say what, because he or she or they who control the agenda of Senate controls the power of the Senate. That's why Mitch McConnell is so powerful. He can stop stuff from even coming up to a vote so that people don't even have to be held accountable for the positions that they take.
And also as a result of this, the thing that we said earlier, way back in the show, is the best possible outcome of Biden being elected is Bernie gets head of the budget committee, which is happening. And this is more power than Bernie has ever had, which I think, for all other arguments against, why Biden was shitty to elect, I think this was a pretty powerful argument against why we should have elected Biden, because Bernie has power.
Yes.
He's got power now.
Bernie has power. The Senate is very powerful. The Budget Committee is very powerful. Hopefully he can do some things. We'll see what he's got cooking up. But it's going to be a fun season on season 47 of American President.
46. Oh, it might be 47
right.
if Pence gets.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
If Pence gets it.
I'm sorry. You're right. Season 46.
Yeah.
I was thinking how funny it would be if, so say Trump does resign, you're going to have like a very angry sign maker who just flips his shit. He's being like, I got to change everything now from 46 to 47. Imagine.
Oh, my God.
We got to change the coins.
Do you think they're going to impeach him?
I don't know. He might resign to get pardoned if he freaks out enough. I don't think he's going anywhere unless he resigns because he's scared.
I see a lot of people hopeful that he'll receive any sort of meaningful prosecution after all this is done, and I don't think you should get your hopes up for that, people. I don't think.
No, you shouldn't, because that's an easy way to keep him in the news, and that's not what you want to do.
Yeah.
But perhaps you can prosecute him and make it so that the news doesn't report on it by exercising some form of editorial control over the internet, like the Democrats have shown to be able to do.
I think the other thing about this Capitol Hill raid is it really, I don't think he's going to run in 2024 now. Had that not happened, he would have run in 2024. But I think because this is the last thing people will remember about the Trump presidency, I think this was a bridge too far for a lot of more centrist GOP people, or less right of center.
I don't know.
So however much his base is diminished, it's diminished even further as a result of this.
Maybe we'll have to go to the polls. We'll have to ask the pollsters.
Maybe I'm wrong about this. Maybe this is just my rad lib pipe dream. The idea that he's alienating some imaginary, more centrist Republican. But I think, I think those actually, even like the ones that are hardcore, even the ones that do sort of subscribe to fashy ideas, but like the complacency of neoliberal society, like that status quo, of which I believe there are a lot of those people. I think Harrison, most people like Harrison are those people, where they'll talk a big game about QAnon stuff, but when they actually have to, they're called upon to be a capital critter, they won't actually do it because they like their sense of normalcy in their life. And I think that's far more people in the GOP, or at least, people that have the same sense of duty-bound honor to this illusory concept of bureaucracy that they hold dear in their head.
Well, we hope.
Maybe I'm wrong about that.
We hope, right? That's the hope. Yeah. That's a hope.
But yeah, you think Trumpism will continue.
Yeah, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think that this event will take on a mythical aspect, and we'll see a more organized Q movement coming out of it. And that this will be like creating everyone who was there who can lay claim to have being there as being one of the new, like, it's just created a new hierarchy. Like, this is how you create one, is you have an event like this take place where now if you were there, you're like a veteran, you have a new badge, right?
Yeah, veterans of the psychic wars.
You have now, they've had a battle. This is to me a terrible and terrifying situation. Probably.
So it's like the pooch you're saying. It's like the beer hall pooch.
Yeah, it's bad. No question, it's bad. You have to figure out how to stop it from happening again without being as bad as what they would become. So that's a hard line to do. That's what everyone's yelling about now. Censorship. Twitter's doing a censorship.
I heard a phrase the other day that if I were to make a prediction about how the future is going to go in the wake of this, the phrase "cold civil war" I saw on Twitter, and that's the one that really filled me with a lot of dread, because it's just going to be like 20 or 30 years of stuff like this happening, and it not ever arising to a level where all-out conflict breaks out.
Yeah.
But there's just going to be these little stochastic insurrections.
Yeah, well, that's what it
for
was
the
like
next
in
30 years.
Well, it doesn't. Maybe not. I don't know. It was 10 from 1850 to 1860. You're describing 1850 to 1860.
Yeah.
This like shit was bad in 1850, and there was 10 years of little violent events. People would die, and it just slowly escalated, but steadily over 10 years. And you know, depending on how we react to them now, that can happen here again.
Why I say the cold part, why I don't think it will escalate or where there will be a John Brown like powder keg situation, is for something I mentioned before, the fact that neoliberal complacency is powerful, and people do like, for all of the gripes that people have of modern life, they sort of do like their relatively comfortable neolib existence.
Yeah. So,
which is why I think you won't be able to mobilize enough of these raiders in order to make a significant call to major conflict. Which is why, I mean, it's still going to be very shitty, and like people will be under this sense of fear. And the economy will be further crippled by this sense of fear, and it's just going to be this almost endless pseudo depression as a result of this disunity and more than occasional stochastic terror. But I think something weird is going to happen to dispel it in the future. Some unforeseen black swan event that will radically change the technology and change why people perceive the government this way. And this change in technology might make everything better, might make everything worse. But I think, that's what it's going to come down to. It's just going to come down. A change in medium is what will precipitate the end of the Cold Civil War.
A change in medium of information.
Yeah.
Information.
Like there will be a radical shift in how people gain and distribute information. Either it's going to become way more curated, more than we've ever seen before, where there's going to be like 2 internets or something, or there's going to be 3 internets, or there's going to be a technology which displaces the idea of a centralized hub of information.
Other countries may want to make their own Twitter or Facebook if they realize that Twitter and Facebook can block their heads of state.
Mm-hmm. I think that's I think the rise of national social media networks could occur, something like that. But yeah, I think that is,
oh my god,
the thing that will change.
Did you just say national social media network?
National social media.
Fuck.
National Socialist Media Network.
Oh, yeah. That's what Trump's gonna do.
Yeah.
We're making a National Socialist Media website. Everyone can come. It's national and socialist, and we're gonna have a great time, and you can all read my tweets there.
It's not socialist like Bernie's socialist. He's doing a lot of reading about Karl Marx. I
don't trust reading. Never did it. Never will.
I didn't even read Art of the Deal.
Nope. Oh, I guarantee you, he hasn't read his own book.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll miss him. I think this is.
I just hope he has a fucking heart attack.
I hope he dies. I I hope he dies chasing after his grandson in an orange grove, but because his grandson has stolen his orange and he's mad at him.
Because Orange Man bad.
Yeah, Orange Man. Good night, everybody.